Hi folks, today's video is just a quick one for OBS Studio's users specifically. This is really for users that have got dual monitors, where you have got one monitor that you're using to use OBS Studio, to monitor and control what you're capturing, and where you've got your second monitor like you see here in front of you at the moment, which is doing a screen capture. So what the problem often is on your screen capture like this, you can see your mouse cursor 100% fine as you're moving it around on the window itself. The challenge comes in though when you start superimposing other images or graphics or videos or whatever above it. Then your mouse cursor disappears. You can still see it in the background, but you can't see really where the cursor is. So you'll see here, for example, now I've just lifted up this sort of image, displayed this image or superimposed this image over the screenshot, and you'll see my mouse is visible around the back where the screen capture is. But the moment I want to move it into that graphic or the image, you'll see the mouse cursor disappears, and I can't point to anything or discuss anything, with being able to point to it. So I actually found a very easy solution to this by just creating a little cursor layer and moving that around. And there's just one or two little tricks involved with it, and I'll just show you how it works quickly, or what it looks like. So if I turn it on, I can move it up and we can discuss, for example, Google Assistant routine up there. I can move to the next column and say let's discuss news source, and we can move down to say starters, down here. It doesn't even have to be on this overlaid image either. You could use it to point to something in the background, or anywhere actually on the screen, and it doesn't matter if you've superimposed other images. I can bring up another full screen image, for example. Again, the mouse cursor now won't be seen, but if I bring my little cursor layer in, again we can sort of move it around and see what's going on over there. So I'm going to move now to the other screen and on OBS Studio monitor, and then just show you sort of what it looks like. So on the OBS screen monitor here, if I move the cursor around on this screen, you'll see it's fully around on the OBS Studio window. Obviously, if I move it back onto that screen capture, there it appears. That's how you'd normally be using it, but until you've overlaid the image. So if I now overlay the image, for example, that image, on the capture side, the cursor is not visible here where it is at the moment. So all I did is I've created a little layer or a source called cursor. I just named it cursor, and I've kept it invisible, but I can toggle it on and off whenever I want to. The tip here really obviously is keep it right at the top, because the sources at the top will always be on top of any sources below it, and obviously you want it to appear above whatever else you're pointing at lower down that you're drawing. So you can turn it on and off, and this is how I move it around. I just grab it with my mouse and I move it. Now obviously I'll be looking at the monitor window, in my case my left hand monitor, this one that you're seeing now, because I want to see obviously what I'm actually pointing at. On my right hand screen there's actually nothing except the background. You can't see, for example, this image. So yes, you'll be using your monitor window really for this then, and looking at this while you're pointing and talking. So to create it was actually quite simple. All that you really do is you go down here to add a new source. You're going to choose an image source, and you could call it cursor. Okay, I've got cursor already, so let's just call it cursor 2, and you browse for the image. So I've got a little PNG image, which has obviously got a transparent background. I'm just using an arrow, but you could use anything. That could be a cross, a square, a little picture, doesn't matter what, but I would suggest it being something like a PNG, so you've got a transparent background. Otherwise it's going to be a solid image or a solid block. You say OK, and you can just say OK again. Now what you do is you can just resize this to whatever size you really want. You can grab it up here, and oops, let me just go back. You can grab it with this little handle up top there, and you can rotate it as well if you want to you know, have a particular angle or so on. And then that's really it. You can just now switch it on and off as you need to, and it'll appear. All you're going to see on the captured screen side really is just the cursor. You're not going to see all the other lines and various things. So yeah, pretty easy to use, and I hope some of you found that useful, because I was doing quite a couple of searches as to how to get my mouse cursor to appear, to point at, you know, images and overlays that I'm busy with, and I just didn't sort of quite find a quick solution for it. Everybody was really talking about the mouse or the cursor superimposed over the background of the screen capture, and that's not really the difficulty or the issue. The issue really was how you can use a pointer or a cursor over any other image or video or whatever else is playing that is actually being projected by OBS Studio. So hope some of you found that interesting, and yeah, keep safe and well out there, and I'll see you in my next video.